Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to NinjaTrader Live. My name is Jim Cagnina. I'm glad you're here. Let's just dig right into it right now and check out some charts. I have the E-mini S&P up. This is a 10-minute candle. The OrderFlow Labs guys are slowly inching my old self into a smaller time frame. But for those of you who know me, I've always used 10-minute candles. Maybe we'll go down to those volume bars. I don't know yet. But in any event, I also added an anchored VWAP, and I added this anchored VWAP at the start of the session, right? I know a lot of folks like to anchor the VWAP to the regular trading hour open, but today was such an unusual day. I just kind of wanted to see price action kind of move along. So the white lines, those parallel white lines, those are the initial balance high and initial balance low. And I'm going to go back to that edge full statistic, 82.6% chance of a single break, only a 10% chance of a double break. In today's case, that doesn't really help me so much. But if we had the way I would use that stat is if we had a single break and we kind of retrace back up to here at 1240 bar, then I'm thinking, all right, we're probably not, that it's only 10.24% chance we're going to get that double break based on the last 6 months. So maybe that will be a stop area for me if I was doing a swing trade and I was lucky enough to kind of sell it somewhere around S1 or even at this high bar. But today, at this point, obviously, we're just making a double bottom right here on the E-mini S&P. In my humble opinion, I don't even know if this double bottom is going to hold. I see S2 as a target down below for this. And the other thing in my experience is when we have this big price dislocation day, and we have it every once in a while, bad news tends to come in threes, which means, this might not be the bottom, right? So, we might have another similar day tomorrow, maybe not so extreme, but keep that in mind as well. Anything could happen. Right now, double bottom's holding. What I did with my VWAP band, I have the VWAP, that's that white line. And then I just had one standard deviation up, one standard deviation down, two standard deviations up, two standard deviations down. And as you can see, it's kind of a nice line in the sand in terms of not only momentum but also support and resistance. So we're driving to that second lower standard deviation band right now on the E-mini S&P. Nasdaq looks almost identical. Let's pull it up really quickly here. Let me straighten these charts up a little bit. Zoom in a little bit. Ooh, not that much. Zoom in a little bit so you guys could see it. Again, approaching that double bottom, approaching that lower band again, that second lower standard deviation band. VWAP is miles away right at this point in time, going into power hour. The value area is actually pretty nice from a session point of view. Nice point of control up there at 18,882. 882. That's kind of the point of control at the lower end of that initial balance. And again, the same stats are true for the initial balance break. Most likely just one break today. Interestingly enough, RSI is still like above 30. I'm kind of surprised at that. We'll see. We'll see if buyers battle off the bottom here or not at the end of the day and get a little bit of a rally relief going on. I do want to point out the worst performing stock index on my screen right now is the Russell 2000. Small cap. We talked about it this morning. Again, it looks the same. It looks pretty close to the same as the other stock index futures. This is mostly systematic price action, and we're way, way, way off the mark here. But from a percent point of view, it took it tough. Now we're closer to the top of the first standard deviation band, ironically, and pretty far away from that second lower standard deviation band as we're going into the close as well. So again, maybe some relief. I don't know. The equal weight futures. This is another thing I like to look at because it'll help you kind of think about, what the Mag 7's doing, right? What the big kahunas are doing with respect to force pushing that stock index future around. When the equal weight futures is down just as much as all the other ones, man, every component is just down. Every component is just down. So it's been a rough day. Last but not leastly, let's just shoot over to that 10-year note, which is my favorite now. We're up a lot based on that overnight gap. And let's just take a peek here. So this is almost the inverse, although it's a little different pattern right now. Yeah, we had the highs. Remember, we had the lows in the Russell, and then we have a lower high. We had a lower low in the Russell. So it's kind of looking similar, but we're below that standard deviation band again. And the 10-year note is, look, where are we tracking here? We're tracking the yield at 4.044. That's relatively low. That's relatively low. If we break that four, it's going to raise some eyebrows. And the Fed funds tool is already tracking four rate cuts this calendar year. So this market is definitely on the move. Having said all that, let's get to the main event. We have OrderFlow Labs. We have Stowe is back with Elias. How you guys doing?
Hey,
What's up,
buddy.
Jim? How you
Doing
doing?
good.
Very good. Elias, Stowe is working like overtime for NinjaTrader today.
I know. I know. You're
He-
you're you're lucky. I almost didn't make it today. It would have been
Oh man.
all day stow.
All day Stowe. I like that. Well, I'm going to let you guys get right into it. I know Stowe has a banger of a trade. I guess you'd call it a banger of a trade. So I'm going to let you guys do your thing.
The kids say banger. They do. Thank you, Jim.
Thanks, Jim.
Yo, Elias, what's up?
Not much, man. How you doing? How was your day?
Oh, good. Uh, I think the stream is gonna see me trade all of it. Um, yeah, I can go back. So I'll just go back where Jim and I left off here. Um, we took a trade to the VWAP here. I got out at like 11:45. Um, tried to sell it back a couple times. I was kind of getting banged around here. Realized, I'm kind of diddling in the middle. And I talked about, on that first stream, I talked about waiting for this spot up here, this 980s. That's the plus one deviation band. That's the 5 minute OR mid. Also, the previous month low is up here, which is a balance area hotspot for me. So yeah, I hit that trade then, and I've eaten a sandwich since, and I'm still in it. So that's where I'm at. It's a long one, but a pullback to on a big move day, like if a big move down, a pullback to that opposite standard deviation band is usually a really good entry for me. Same with the big gap up, pull back to the -1, usually a good spot to look for continuation there. So yeah,
Well, I think we're doing friendly fire today.
yeah, you should get long.
I should. I've been long, brother.
All right,
Well, I just recently got long. I'm
okay,
775. I'm down to one.
there you go. Yeah, this is a good example of like, I'm in this trade, so there's really nothing I can do other than let it play out. If we get back above this +1, and hold above the overnight low, then I'll probably eject out of this thing. But either that or we make new lows. Of course, nobody knows what's going to happen. At the turn there, right when we came on, at 2:30, this was a pretty big squeeze, and I felt like that was those shorts getting squeezed out, and then they slammed it right back down. So I'm not really sure what the intention is down here.
What I like about trading these kind of days, you were talking earlier about how you're, primarily shorts are more difficult for you. You're primarily a long side trader. And
Yeah,
I mean I am too.
ironically, yes.
Yeah, no, I am too. I took a short this morning right before the what was it, PMI or the news drop, and like I hit both of my profit targets in like literally 2 seconds.
It's nice when that happens.
Yeah, but then I didn't want to be short anymore, so I was scalping longs all day, and I had a good day. The good things for me about days like today is the if you have a if when I have a good long setup, it's
Hmm.
usually just a rocket. It's like a poof, and then
Yeah, it goes
it's
quick.
back to short. It's like that quick squeeze. So those are fun. Um, but I don't like to trade too much on days like today.
Yeah, obviously this is a pretty sketch day to be messing around as the market, is thinking about its feelings again.
Yep.
We can call this the emo market, where it's trying to get a handle on how it feels.
My trade idea is basically a run back to the opening range, to the bottom of the opening range.
These sellers keep stepping in at this overnight low, though.
Yeah, yeah, the 830. 35, that little area's gotta clear.
I'm actually gonna hold. I'm gonna hold on to this until we clear this anchored VWAP. That's what I'm gonna do.
What's that
That's
at?
my plan.
What's that at? IB low?
Yeah, it's about 853. That 850 has been a thing today. So same with shorts, you gotta really let yourself get squeezed out sometimes, and understand that's just part of being short. It's not the same as holding a long. That's something that I'm really trying to internalize.
Sure. So in order to be a full scale friendly fire, I'm gonna put my target at 894.
Okay. Perfect.
Wait, did I say 894? No.
Where are you trying to get to? Back to RTH?
IB mid 964.
Okay, there you go. Perfect. That would cross all the way over and hit the other VWAP
Leo's
gain
on
too.
Leo's on Team Elias. I like to see it.
That makes sense.
It's awesome.
This is a rare thing for anybody that doesn't know us that I am short and those two are long.
Well,
it's not it's not rare that we're on the opposite side of the same trade, but these opposites are a little rare.
it's not rare for me to be long, that's for sure.
Trying to see this absorption here. If they're plowing through, good lord. The bid is angry. Let's check the chat. How'd the chat do today? Everybody do okay? It's a pretty big gap down.
Pax is in the house.
Pax is in the house.
Crudele's in the house. Leo's in the house.
Got
Job's in the
everybody.
house. Yeah. If you guys
Oh,
haven't,
Chris too. Hey, Chris. I
hey
saw.
Chris.
I was in your
Yeah.
waiting room. While you were finishing up. Great stream today, bud.
If you guys in the chat haven't already, just take a minute to like and subscribe.
Yes.
This NT live channel. I mean, I've been watching it pretty much all day, every day, just kind of having it on in the background.
It's pretty nice.
Yeah, there's nothing like this. In my opinion, there's nothing like this out there. The variety of traders, the macro type market commentary. It's good stuff.
Yeah, Shab, my risk managers are meow-nagers. That's funny. Those two turkeys both snuggling over there. They're hilarious. If my wife has to go to the office, the black cat comes in here and chills with me. Normally I just get Arthur, but today I got the double cat.
Double cat.
How much profit am I willing to give back? Well, if we get above this anchored VWAP, which is from the top this candle here, which is my entry, then if we get above here or that anchored VWAP slope changes, then I'll get out. So I'll bail at like, I don't know, 865, which is still, um, it's over 100 points in the bag. So that's plenty for me.
See, that's a place that we differ. I would not have let it 200 points. I wouldn't have let it come back personally. First, solid sign. When we were in the first started the stream or in the waiting room, I was looking, I was like, man, this 760s is looking like they're trying to make a bottom, at least a temporary bottom.
Yeah.
I would have gotten out there because I was already thinking about getting long.
Yeah, I guess they tricked me at like 232 when they squeezed off and slammed it back down. So I think that is,
Yeah. Well, that's the trick. When we're in this kind of volatility, there's a lot of trickery.
yeah. And literally anything can happen at any moment here too. Like somebody could tweet something. We are at like peak headline risk right now. So why am I so greedy? It's not necessarily about being greedy. And, also part of it probably is like for the benefit of just showing this process because we haven't really got to see a runner make a new low or make a new high um, on the show. And yeah, so I feel like I demonstrated some scalping stuff this morning. And this is more of a like larger trade idea. And that idea being I want to try to get to 660, which is just some extension stuff that we use, and also some other stuff that we're working on with OrderFlow Labs that should be out soon. But the pivot extension also is at 671. Those Joe pivot extensions are also useful for targets.
Yeah, I'm gonna let this meander around a few minutes.
How am I defining greed packs? I don't know. I just was answering that question. I mean, we do have the ADR pretty much in, so I guess that could be it. That could be a good taper. But I just see sellers still. I don't. Yeah,
Leo says we have to take out Merritt's low of the year call.
that's
Well,
true. Merritt did call the low of the year. That's
let
yeah.
let's take it back up to the IB mid and then slam it down to 660. Everybody wins.
Con, my stop loss on the short was the same that it always is. Just 15 points. Um, I've got it up at 010 now. It's up here, but I'll flatten out if we get above this. Like I said,
How
I
has
know.
the 15-point stop been working for you in this volatility? Have you found yourself taking more paper cuts than
It
normal
wasn't
or?
wasn't too bad today. I definitely had I definitely got caught in some less than ideal fills. Um, so I scratched out, I think a couple times back back here
Mhm.
when I was trying to short and then had to flip long. I think I had to flip long twice. I think I had to flip there and then got stopped and then I had to get back in. I don't remember. I wish these had the lines that drew. There we go. Yeah, Con, it's not really about like how insane it is. I mean, sometimes the market gives you, I mean, whatever it's going to give you, right? Um, we we basically got our idea to traverse value, and so we're just looking for more, or we'll stop out for 120 points, which is also good.
That's great.
20 points is good. A 15 point loss is also good. Anytime you're just thinking about your risk and making sure you're paying attention to that ratio. And this is what I'm looking for here. I'm looking for reaction here at this anchored VWAP. It is big RR, but you also have to remember, like, you got to have a couple of these trades to make up for those days where you're grinding out a zero point 0.9 profit factor and, it's not your day. So it's it's not always going to be your day.
Well, yeah, and you got to factor in too, you're going in with two or three. So if you take a stop out, you're taking a stop out on three, but you're getting the big RR on one. So
Right.
if you balance it out, it's like probably, I mean, it's still great. It's still like probably like 5 to 1 RR overall or something like that, but it's not as big as the one,
Yeah.
as the runner.
Yep. And this is kind of an opportune day for there to be a runner also. So that's the other reason I was attempting to hold that for new lows. Also, Jim promised me new lows while we were in the waiting room. So that was my other big reason.
Now that he's got that 10-minute chart, he has some big ideas. He's seeing the market in a whole new way.
I want to stress that, like, I don't want a touchdown dance about this trade. It is cool that it's a lot of points, but it's just all about managing your entry, managing your risk. And if you can see back here, these are all subpar executions that I had to get out of and scratch. I had to take a step back, wait for my actual spot, took my initial profit there. It retested. I didn't add. And then now we're just in this runner. I took another one off at VWAP, so I guess I had two on back there. But yeah, the trade made its money as far as I'm concerned, and now we're just poking around looking at this idea. Let's see what else we got. They're gonna rip my face off. Let's see.
You're trying to. Did you move your stop down?
Nah, I'm just gonna flatten out. I'm just watching. I guess they reload that offer like that, dude. You can kind of see this red dot is giving that clue as well. We get that candle change. Like, this looks like grind up that candle pattern, but
I'm thinking about moving my stop up. But on a day like this, it's tough
super
to
bid.
to move your stop, because then you get those violent quick moves. Take out your
I mean, that was
stop and
they
profit,
just
and
slammed it.
another thing about days like today, I don't like to add on days like today.
Yeah. Show me something, tape. Yeah.
Elias is long. Yes, I'm long from
Yeah, Elias is long.
775.
Elias is in a great trade.
I'm looking for Stowe's stop.
Man, there it is. Just piled back on. Yeah, it's definitely a battle right here. I know it's the IB low, of course,
Yeah, yeah. There's
but
a lot of traffic, but if if they do get run over, it's worth it for me
did
to.
someone say they're looking for my stop? I still have it up here in its original place at 010. I haven't moved it down. If I want to get out of this trade, I'm just going to flatten manually. I don't want to limit order just chilling there doing something for me. I want to be able to react to it. Stowe, where's the VWAP anchored to? This is a RTH VWAP. So it starts at 9:30 Eastern time.
Well, they never hit
Oh,
65.
unless you mean my anchored VWAP. Fair enough. That is anchored at this candle here at 12:30, which was that last swing high that I took that short off of. Yeah, I'm just gonna let them fight this out. Shorted
It's
the
not
same spot, but took profit around 50 points. That's great. Yeah, that's awesome. That's an incredible trade. 50 points is an amazing trade. Yeah, the delta profile is just for this current leg of price. It's set for 60 points rotation, I believe. Might be 100 points. Oh, so nasty. Yeah, it draws that automatically for whatever rotation you want to choose. We all use different ones, and flip around as the market changes too. Shorten the rotation, make the rotation larger, whatever you need. Yeah, 865. You're right, Chris.
trying to hold this overnight low.
Yeah. That was a lot of bid that got nowhere up there. It's a 750 volume chart. I might tattoo that on my forehead. One of the many advantages of being a trader and making money this way is you can tattoo your forehead with whatever you want. No one can say anything about it.
You can, except your wife.
Yeah, she might be bummed. That's a really good point. And then Willow would be like, I want a forehead tattoo.
My goodness. Could you imagine?
I think that I assume that she'll be a no tattoo person. I think it skips. Generation based on contrarian feelings. She'll be like, I don't want tattoos. Like, Dad, that's gross. Let's see what happens at this 3 o'clock turn.
I should get prop daddy tattooed.
The turns have all been really volatile. 2 o'clock, 2:30. Every turn, there's a spike today. So I expect the same for 3. If I adjust the font size, yeah, sure. That would have to be pretty big though. This is probably as big of a font size as I can handle. But it's cool. I'm happy to answer. I'm just messing around.
Has Elias ever been an ESPN commentator? Nope. They don't do trading on ESPN. All right, we're back in your little zone.
Yeah. God, they're stepping on it so hard. Either they're gonna pull off and this is gonna rip, or We'll see.
I was a little too hasty taking off.
15 seconds.
I got in 3 micros and I was a little too hasty getting the second one off. And I'm regretting that now because this is a good place to, if you're in multiples, to scale.
Yeah.
Because this might be it.
Let's see.
This might be the end of the move.
Someone is just selling the crap out of that.
The what?
The crap. I was gonna say piss. That's probably appropriate, right? That's like a PG swear.
Crap, piss, same.
You know, I have been swearing less in general, and I've been filling that swear jar up way slower than normal. So this show is actually saving me money in my own house.
What is the swear jar when it accumulates? What does that money go to?
Willow gets to buy something with it because she's the one that came up with it.
Nice. Does she have to put in the swear jar when she says her little bad words at school?
Yes, and that's my
Oh,
swear
good.
jar.
Good. Good.
Go back slow. Yeah, big sellers on the turn there, Leo. I mean, but they're just getting eaten back up though. So I don't. My read is really tough right now.
Do you want to switch to my screen for a second?
Yeah, sure.
Someone's asking in the chat what was the basis for my long.
Oh, go ahead. Yep. Can we switch to Elias, please? Thank you.
So I don't know. Can you guys see my screen?
Yep. You're up.
I was watching when this low was made. This is kind of a little exhaustive low. You can tell by that bubble. And we printed a liquidity zone, which shows a lot of aggressive sellers that didn't really get anywhere there. We shot out of it. And then we came back in this area. I did try up right around 780s, 788, something like that. And I got stopped out. And then I got back in here. Just looked like a nice pullback retest of this activity over here. We had a little LVN there. We had the liquidity zone down below. Gave me a pretty confident read to take another stab at a long. Typically on a day like today, there's 2 outcomes, either a deep new low or a reversion back, somewhere near the opening range. I chose to, take that reversion option because a lot of times that'll happen. From what I see, that'll happen anyway. Like if a new low of the day is going to be made towards the end of the day, we'll usually get a big up move to clear out all the late shorts before that happens. So this is kind of all the things that I was looking at to get in this trade. Struggling here.
They are trying to shake me out so hard. The MMs are in the chat. Chris, I see your question about the volume bars and what they do for us. For me, it's just more of it helps with the vibes, if that makes any sense. The speed of the bars, the way that they're moving. I don't do much with, candlestick shapes or read things like that. It just helps me read price action based on, that size of volume and that speed.
It's also for me, it's like an alignment thing because these consolidations and stuff on the volume chart, when they get bigger, you can kind of see it on the volume profile. Everything just kind of lines up.
Yeah. Most of the stuff we do is with volume, like whether it's, volume of delta or volume profile or, yeah. So it's just in line with, you're right. It's in line with the rest of the stuff we're doing. Plus vibes.
Plus vibes.
Vibes are key.
Vibes come first. Everything else is secondary.
do you guys take trend angle breaks? I don't really draw. I don't really draw lines like that. No.
I used to.
It's 840.
When I was using Renko charts, I used to do that kind of quite a bit. The trend breaks, draw channels and stuff like that.
Yeah. Nah, I don't look at gamma or anything. No option stuff for me. Not that there
Gamma.
isn't value in it. It's just, I don't personally do that.
Me neither. I like to keep my focus pretty narrow. So much, so much information when it comes to futures trading that I can look at. I need to make my decisions
This is
as
ridiculous what's
streamlined
going
and
on right
simple.
now.
What's going on? Oh, this back and forth here.
Yeah, it's like slam 100, slam 100. They're just flip flopping both sides. I mean, I really don't like engaging with the IB either, because it's such a massive piece of MGI that everybody is piled into.
Right.
But how am I supposed to get out of this when this seller keeps stepping on it?
You got a
I don't know.
point. You got a point.
I don't know.
It's
I can't get out of it yet. Every time I think they're gone, he's not gone. Oh yeah, like the thing, please. That helps everybody. That helps NinjaTrader. That helps the algo. That helps YouTube show this to more people organically, which will help everybody.
yeah, and subscribe if you haven't already. There's a lot of great shows, segments on here on NinjaTrader Live. They keep showing up, but they keep getting responded to.
Yeah, I'm extremely confused. It's like get filled, throw 80 on. There's kind of an LV in there too. Just working on this. Just banging around this little balance here. For a market that's currently down 5%, it's an interesting choice to choose these 30 points down here
To just
to
get
negotiate.
stuck at. Yeah. Did RTY hit a circuit breaker today?
I'm not sure.
I thought
I know it was really close.
Something about, oh.
Anthony, you were looking at that, or Pax was looking at that. Or can either of you speak to that? Did Riddy hit the circuit?
Oh. You haven't had a reason to get out of your short, and I haven't had a reason to get out of my long. It's friendly fire all the way.
Friendly fire. Nope. No circuit for RTY.
Down 6.66%.
Any follow through here. Any follow through here, seller, would be awesome. Everybody sees you. We're all very impressed.
I have a feeling I'm going to want to be flat by around the turn. Here's the initiation from the seller.
Gobbled. My goodness. What a fight. See, this is why I think trading's cool, is once you figure out how to identify these different things that are going on. You can call them players, you can call them whatever. Robots. But once you see it, it's like it becomes like a sport. Like this is kind of like watching a really good baseball game.
I relate it to football, not baseball. I don't know, I used to think about it like that, like, each different price level is like a first down. You know what I mean? Like
Oh,
buyers
that's
have to
fair.
get
Yeah.
get above here and close, and they got the first down, and they get the next opportunity to make it to the next level.
Yeah. Yeah, Norseman. How about those torpedo bats? Very weird. I've been trading for 4 years. I think Elias has been trading for 5 or 6.
No, uh,
4?
I'm about 4 futures. It'll be 4 years in September.
Nice. Okay, big boy. What you got? That's what I want to see.
It's not what I want to see.
He's got to keep on it though. This could just be the stab down if it gets run back quick. No, I didn't add. I have plenty of size on for this. This might be a good ad for Elias right here.
I'm really debating it. I'm really debating it. No, it got a little too far away. I don't want to add this far up. Again, I'm not trying to be ultra risk on.
Okay, we got a reset of the delta there. We can see these folks partied hard.
Yeah, Jeff says don't add on this. Leo definitely added.
Leo added.
That's why we moved up.
Yep, that's right.
Leo lifts.
Leo lifts. Jeff, if I was to add, I would just consider that its own second trade. So, like, if I was going to add at the IB low and we saw that seller, I would just consider that like take a 15-point stop from there and take a 20-point scale on the ad, and then just keep my original entry in my mind. That way, I'm not, because adding is complicated and can mess with the math of your risk. So that's why I always just treat them as two separate things. And I didn't want to take that trade. Like I wouldn't have taken that short if I wasn't already in this. So that's why I didn't add. Yeah, no, I know what you mean. Do we normally trade in the afternoon sessions? Well, I have been for the past 3 weeks.
It's the new normal. The new normal.
It was a challenge at first, but spending time with like the exact same span of time every day, you can't like your pattern recognition kind of kicks in, and you're like, oh, this does okay, and then this is kind of a thing that maybe happens at 2:30, and this is kind of a thing that maybe happens at 2:45. Um, so it's been cool to come up with new patterns and have a new challenge like that.
I would like to see them take another run at the 60.
I assume that spot explodes if it gets back up there.
Well, when they get back up there, I'll move my stop. Oh my goodness. You gonna touch that one stuff?
Which one? Sorry. I'm trying to figure out if I should get out of this trade or not. I said, and for the record, when we got on and we were waiting to get on stream, the urge to close this trade is insane for me. This is actually an exercise in being really uncomfortable for me right now. Um, and I'm trying to find rational ways to manage this trade, which is something that I work on a lot. So, but I think when we got on, I mean, I was at 770, and I'm like, this is ridiculous. I need to close this trade, but I didn't have a reason to.
Yeah, you didn't.
So
I felt your uncomfortability
yeah, it's just like
myself. I was like,
oh.
I was uncomfortable. I'm like, man, what? I was gonna say, I was like, you should flatten this before we get on stream, man.
Right? Yeah.
But
But we only have the information that we have. Um, and I got to try to make good decisions based on the work that we look at all the time.
Yep.
Now we're trying to push this 800 guy around. There you go.
it's like I'm gonna not win on this runner.
Yes. Now we're pressing. This seller is partying now.
Yep. Definitely not touching this now. We can switch back to your screen still if you want.
I think we did.
Oh,
Now we're going to watch these lows. See this 750. I don't think sometimes you get a stick save down here.
yeah. Now this it's looking like they're going for the lows, man. To me, we might get that 660.
New lows in L. You know what that means, baby. That's the best stat ever. Let's go.
Yeah, Shahid, I did take profit. I got in 3 and I took profit on 2 and was just holding that one runner.
Well, not quite new lows. They just wanted to put in a nice poor low down there for the homies. Man, what a nasty look at that. What a nasty sell that was. 100 points with just seller on the gas. So this is going to get squeezed out a little bit, but I still want to wait. And we're testing these lows here. I want to see the seller come back in. Seems like he likes it. Cool. Merritt, we're coming for that low, buddy. We're coming. I think ES probably made a new low on that though. Yes, they did. Yeah. So again, not much to do, um, other than just wait. Could be a liquidity grab. Never know.
I got in at 756 back long. I took
Cool.
one off at on that little push up to 70, 75. And we'll see.
Yeah, everybody's win rate is different. We target different things because we all have different trading styles,
Yep.
and that's something that everybody has to learn about themselves. What you're more comfortable with.
And win rate is not the be all end all of everything. I think
No,
profit
absolutely.
factor is my main overall stat that I think is the most important because it tells me the most about how I'm trading.
Yep.
Still in this one. Tried to take me out, but they haven't yet. Not looking great though.
That low is so sus. That's what I've been saying for the past 3 months. Gotta hate that low. Gotta hate that high. Terrible. But yeah, the market will make poor highs and poor lows all day. Doesn't care what I think. Cool. Yeah. So while I stare at this and try not to manage it too hard, does anybody have any questions? Stove, you don't mind? Why 750 and not 1K? It's just my personal preference. I like 750. Um, I used to do 500. Found that was a little fast for me. Um, yeah, I don't know. The new low in L period is if L period makes a new low, I think it's like a 68, 70% chance that M period also makes a new low. So if you're, holding in a situation where you're at the high or low of the day at the end of L period, that's a reason to hold for continuation. Is just that stat. You're welcome, bud. Please, no poor lows. This low will be so gross.
I'm in again.
Elias.
I'm in again, 734. I haven't taken a stop. I got a little bit off. I got my runner got break even. Now I'm back in at 734. And I'm setting my sights for the IB mid, man. I really want to see that. If we don't make new lows, I think we get back to the IB mid.
Okay. I like it.
Probabilities are on your side, but we'll see.
Yeah, you never know. I mean, and you can scalp this like 20 times down here before you
Yeah.
get stopped out. And that's also great trading.
Yep.
I would have been long several times if I wasn't in this short. When did I become profitable? Last year was my first profitable year as a trader. Consistent's a different story. Those aren't always the same thing. Um, Consistency is something that is like constantly being worked on. I make attempts at being consistent every day, and that's why I have rule sets and setups, and you just build those out over time and execute them consistently over and over again, and that's how you become consistent. Not the same thing as profitable.
Yeah, profitable, people talk about profitable
Do you need help,
trader,
buddy?
and
Here.
the way that I define a profitable trader is if you have reached the threshold where you have made more from trading than you have spent on trading up until that point. And I am probably, the last time I checked, I was very, very close to being in the black in general overall from day one. I may be there now. I may be just a hair shy away, but my consistency has really, really, really gotten better in the last year.
That's awesome.
So I think, we see a lot like 2 to 3 years is like a reasonable time frame to kind of start getting there. Um, it took me longer because I did a lot of really dumb stuff in the beginning. I wasted a lot of money.
Oh yeah, me too.
A
Hell yeah.
lot. I mean a lot stuff. A lot. A lot. So, but now, now it's like I've just gotten in this kind of comfortable routine with my trading where I don't feel any pressure. You know what I mean? I don't feel pressure to make. That was what killed me is like I felt this pressure to make large amounts of money. I thought that's what it was all about.
Right, right.
And I got into this comfortable place of like you know, base hits and compounding them day after day after day. And when, the occasional home run is there, I'll shoot for it. But that's why I'm like, I'm not really stressed about these runners and stuff. Like if it was the beginning of the day, I would have just taken profit fast and kept it moving. But I've had a good day, I'm looking for that little extra juice.
Yep.
So I just let it run and let it see, let's see what it does. I'm
Yep.
okay. I'm okay with being wrong. I'm okay with all that because I kind of made my day already. But one thing too is like if I would have given up, there were plenty of times in my journey where I felt, I mean, you guys can ask Leo. Like I called Leo once or twice. I was like, man, I don't know what. No, I was. How do you know when you should give up? Like I was reached some pretty tough points in my trading career. But if I would have given up, I wouldn't have gotten to the other side of it. And that's a decision that everybody has to make for themselves. But for me, I'm glad that I stuck with it.
Yeah, man. Trading can take you to some very, very painful places. It is not a very forgiving game.
Oh, this looks like it's going to be a scratch for me.
Leo, we got 2 minutes.
How do you improve consistency? That's a good question. The first steps for me to improving consistency were not moving my stops and respecting my daily loss limit.
Get them sweeping it.
Fake money won't put the emotions of real money. It's all real
And they
money.
got it. They got it with 30 seconds to spare. A new low. That was a close one, Leo. That was a close one. Uh, Yeah, ridding yourself of a bias is definitely helpful. It just depends on what your time frame is. And I think a lot of my mistakes were about applying the wrong time frame bias to the time frame I was trying to trade. Because I'm only scalping, but I would have, big giant weeks worth of charts that I'm like, okay, here's where we're at on the monthly, here's where we're at on the yearly. Like what am I looking for in a high time frame way? And then I try to execute that on, you know, a, tiny time frames, and it wasn't very effective at all. Led to a lot of confusion, a lot of like, you don't believe yourself anymore. You're like, it sucks your confidence away for sure when that happens. Another good thing too is like you got to cut yourself some slack. Realize you're playing a very hard game. So
Yes, indeed.
ooh, there's my dude chasing it down. See if he bails out. Just lifted 713 on the offer.
A lot of it is psychological. It's like almost all psychological, in my opinion.
Absolutely. And that doesn't go away either. And once you solve a couple psychological problems, then like three more are created. You never know which issue each year is going to bring until you're in it, and that's when it helps to have a really good support group um, around you. So when you're going through something, um, your buddy that you trust can be like, yeah, no, yeah, that's a thing. That's not a you thing. That's a thing that happens to everybody. The time and sales, that's just the time and sales as it pops out. So you just load a time and sales and it's there.
Look, like me, I'm having a psychological issue right now. I keep wanting to get long.
Use that stat. Although they kind of did it already. We made a new low in L and then quickly made a new low in M. Yeah, but I mean we're below the -2 deviation now. This is picking up steam for sure.
Oh.
Tanya called for 54.20 this morning. Cool. How close to that did we get?
54.20, huh? 420, 54.20.
Another 420?
How do you feel about that stuff?
Not great. Not great. I don't like the 420 trade. Drives me crazy that it exists, but it does.
I've been able to scalp some off here.
Oh, there you go. We're back to your screen now, bud.
Oh,
Since mine's not really doing anything, we should chill with yours for a while.
I wish somebody would have told me that.
I think we just switched. Don't worry. You're not busted doing anything too crazy.
Now I'm gonna get taken out.
My risk meowingers. What did Jeff say? Meowingers? That's hard. Have left the room, so this could go anywhere now.
Yeah, this is rough. I thought I was doing this with nobody looking.
Still, why do you use CBOE data instead of CME for your order flow view op? I don't know. That's a good point.
Oh,
Can we get the cliff? Cliff ski.
no cliff. Let me survive by the skin of my teeth. This is what happens when you bottom fish.
Yeah. Yeah, that ain't for me, bro. Not anymore. But you do catch these pops. I mean, that's the thing about being short too, is like you're gonna get squeezed off big time.
Well, they're not squeezing enough.
I almost went to Permane Brothers today, Joe. I was very close. I was like, that's a heavy lunch. So I bailed. I didn't do it. I figured that was gonna put me in a nap state for the afternoon. So I didn't get the giant sandwich with French fries.
Speaking of, we're talking about psychological stuff. When when I'm in a trade like this and I'm taking some heat, the market will always come right back up to my entry and not go over it. And it'll
Mm,
keep ping ponging. And it's a it's I don't want to say what it is, but it's like it messes with me.
yep.
Same with my take profits. Like it'll go right up to my first take profit and pull back.
Yes.
Not fill me and pull back.
Few things are more maddening than
There we go.
when you're in this down there. Yeah, when your order entry begins to serve as resistance. Yeah. It's a painful thing.
I'm gonna give this one more shot.
Yeah, I definitely think that's 100% in everybody's head, but it's a thing. It's a thing that happens.
Yeah, it does. It does. Just keep hoping.
Job, I could try to mail you a sandwich. I don't know how well they're going to hold up, though. Well, this is some pretty ugly action, anyways. Um,
It is.
just to round out the day,
It
the market
is.
market has definitely decided that um, it wants to do some other stuff. So maybe keep head on extra swivel, be as neutral as you can until it gets some clarity. I don't know. Again, I don't really think about that stuff, but
Just for the record, there's really no reason for me to get long down here. It's just
no, it's 62.
psychological.
That's the spot that I'm trying to get to.
I mean, I do have a level at 692, but levels aren't to the tick, and I didn't really see uh really the response that I wanted to see. Now I'm starting to see it.
Yeah. It's just grinding down.
Yeah. Every little pop is getting sold.
Yep. Maybe get that back and forth going down here. Right now, so now I'm looking for it to test these lows, which it's doing here, 725. We'll see if we get continuation off that. This thing starts to drift up. As we're getting into the end of the session, I'll probably just close it. I don't really like to be in a position past 345, just in general, because you can get back points just because settlement comes in. It starts getting wild, and that's not cool. I'll give back points to a trading idea, but I won't give back points to the robots at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be wild if they blow into a new low a day. That's true. But like, you don't know what the machines are going to do. That's the thing about those things. And a trading friend I had a very long time ago named Alt had a very good thing that stuck in my mind. And it is, we do not hold positions into non-binary events, meaning that like, if it's a coin flip, if it's news, if you know something can happen but have no clue what it's going to be, your position should be flat. Yes, can ruin or make your day. And that's dumb. That's actually the G word. We going to get it? Got to be close. I mean, I'm so close to that target.
What was your take profit? 660 or
Yeah,
680?
662. Just trying to get a little in front of it. If it gets back above these 730s.
You know what? I'm gonna take one off here. Just hold the one. And if we get
Yeah, you could get the face ripper into
could,
the end of the day here.
what I'd like to see is us above 760,
Yeah.
and then I'll move my stop up into break even or profit. I mean, really anything can happen. So I'll do it now. Price limits don't apply after 225 central and CME.
Watching this 750 here.
It's another psychological thing. My take profit was at 750 and I moved it down to 730 and then right away it goes to 750.
Yep. Yep. It loves doing that.
Yeah. It's like it's reading my mind.
Back to these lows
Looks,
again.
it's like I'm getting a little bit of redemption.
I'm just watching up here.
Some
See if we can
trouble here.
see some absorption.
760, 770 is going to be trouble.
Yep. These lows, these highs.
Nasdaq's 4% away from a bear market.
Yeah, well, I know the people that define a bear market, so it's not necessarily the most trustworthy group of folks out there.
That just if it's just a certain percentage from the highs, that's a bear market.
I think so. Yeah, it's pretty goofy in my opinion. Fatfish, the market does know me and it does care. By the way, how dare you say that? I'm the main character in this stock market game, and it does things to me on purpose.
It makes it easy to think that.
Yeah, that's what staring at the tape for years will do to you. Get yourself in your own head.
Now it'll take off.
Did you
But
get
I'm
stopped?
good. Yeah, 4 minutes till the algo.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna. It's been a good day.
Yep. It's always good to um, keep the psychological effect of having a good day in the back of your mind. And I always make sure that, like, even if I had a red trading day, I try to find something during the day to do that I can get the win from. Like that's going for a run or doing something around the house. I have to change my lawnmower's oil this weekend. Really looking forward to that. Unlike the rest of these turkeys, I mow my own lawn, so just want to throw that out there. Shots fired, Leo and Nick. I think you mentioned Monday that you don't mow your own lawn. I can't remember what day it is. Close down here would be so gross. Stepping on it too.
It just feels like one of those days where the bigger extension is going to happen after 4 p.m.
Also that, yeah. I feel that too. And that's fine.
Chat.
Yeah, if we could slap that like button. Do the thing. Keep this train rolling.
Got about 2 minutes till the
Yeah. Yep. About a minute 10. There's a lot of bid absorption here. The 08s. I'm just trying to see if they push past it. I'll get flat for the algo.
nice trade, man.
Thanks, bud.
Excellent.
That's pretty cool. That was less of a golf clap. That's a new applause. You guys found a new applause. It sounded more like a crowd and less like a golf crowd.
So friendly fire, Stowe 1, Elias 0. Tune in next week for the next
more friendly fire.
More friendly fire.
That was crazy. Woo! That was an intense time to be in that trade. Gotta be honest.
Props to you, man.
That's a lot of that's a big trade for me. That's maybe the biggest trade I've had all year. So
Excellent.
thanks, buddy. Yeah, 50 just did. They're just like, here's more. Sell it harder. Oh boy. Job, it was not calmly managed on the inside. uh, thanks, Merritt. Chris helped me there at the 860s coming in with that. So many good traders on here that you can pick stuff up from, and that's the thing that Merritt did the other day. He had a great entry long and just leaned back in his chair and folded his arms and was just like, yep, I got nothing to do right now. No need to manage this. Something that I'm guilty of for sure is over managing a trade, especially if I'm staring at it. So that was a good challenge. Hopefully I got that reinforced a little bit, and next time will be a little easier.
Yeah, you're building that muscle.
Yep. Now rip back to the point of control and make everybody sad. Let's go back and look at the whole day real fast. Pretty balanced, but closing at the very, very tip lows. Cool. Let's get Jim back in here. Let's wake Jim up.
Jim.
Woo. He's got a, what's that, Jim? Yeah, no, he's still, you got to put the pillow away? That's cool. Okay.
Jim's chilling in the hot tub.
Today's Thursday, right? I'm having a tough time with this week.
It's Thursday.
Awesome. Well, that's good. Today's probably a day where I used all of my mental capital for Friday, I think. So
I only know that it's Thursday because
we're doing this.
Yeah, that's the only reason why I know what day it is. This week has been a lot of things.
Yes. Yep. There he is.
Man, what a great day, man. You are on fire today.
Thanks, bud. I wanted you to come and enjoy these new lows that you asked for.
Well, you young whippersnappers, you'll learn sometime.
That's true. I told, they asked why I was still holding the trade, and I said, well, Jim promised me new lows on the day, so I got to keep it going. I'm glad I didn't. Nobody made anybody a liar today. It's perfect. And Tanya's looking for 54.20. So.
We did kind of take out that low of the year call that was made earlier, right?
I know Merritt Trading well enough to know that when he says that stuff, he's not being serious. He doesn't care what the low of the year is at all.
I mean, no one should except for like long-term investors. Right?
Yeah, even then.
Yeah.
But
wow, so you said 54.20, huh?
Somebody said, I didn't see Tanya say that, but somebody put it in the chat that's what she was calling for on the day. I don't know.
Wow.
I don't know what that means in her work. But
pretty darn close, that's for sure.
Yeah, could get another 20 points after the close if this thing really wants to go. Like Elias said, I sometimes see that happen. It'll just puke out after settlement.
Yeah.
Yeah, tomorrow will be an interesting day tomorrow.
Yep.
Feels like we're gonna have a lot of interesting days.
Is there any big news print or something tomorrow, Jim? What do you got on deck?
I think we have the what they now call the employment situation.
Hmm.
So non-farm payrolls is
Okay. NFPs tomorrow.
one.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh, thanks,
Yeah,
Tracy.
but that's at 8:30 a.m.
Yeah, but NFP days can
Those
be
aren't your days.
they can be
I,
tough. They can be tough.
I think you said CPI days are good, NFP days are bad. Did you tell me that one time?
I feel that way, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a Friday too.
There's that.
But I have in my schedule, I just saw this, and Tracy will know more than I do, but I have a thing that says Jerome Powell speaks 11:25.
Okay. So
Hmm.
he's doing something.
He's doing something. I don't know what.
You never know how like it all I always see those pop up on my news thing too, and it's like, well, is he going somewhere to talk about the economy or is he like speaking, at like a business seminar or something?
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
No idea. But it's in red. It's in red font on my screen, so I know it's gonna
Yeah.
be
Yep.
important. Oh boy. Well, historic day, gentlemen.
Yeah, definitely. I'm gonna print this out and put it on my refrigerator next to my kid's homework. I think it deserves to be there.
Liberation. Was it you got over 200 points on that trade, right, Stu?
Yeah, I closed for 270.
What? Incredible, man.
Yeah, it was pretty silly.
Incredible.
Nice.
It's pretty stupid.
You have to take the Phil's screenshot and frame it and put it in your office.
Yeah.
Seriously, that's a banger, man.
Yeah.
So Brian Stafford says, Powell speaking at the Economic Outlook before the Society of Advanced Business Editing and Writing annual conference.
Okay.
Okay.
Uh,
Cool.
advanced business editing and writing. Don't they know about GDP?
That's true. Maybe that's what the conference is about. Maybe they're all going there to quit at the same time.
Oh my goodness. Anyway, fellas, appreciate you. You guys did great today as usual.
Thanks, Jim.
Still
No,
worked
thank you, Jim.
double time today. A lot. Elias, you made it just in time from somewhere important. So I'm glad you're here.
Glad to be here. I always enjoy coming on.
It's awesome, man. All right, so I'm going to show some charts here to finish up the day, wrap it up with a couple of observations, and then we'll get ready for tomorrow morning, bright and early, 8 a.m. East Coast time. I think I'm going to be spending some time with my friend Pax tomorrow, which will be awesome.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So, all right, guys, I'll talk to you later. All right, all right. All right, folks, let's just kind of wrap up really quickly here. This is a daily chart of the E-mini S&P. We are off 11.54% on my continuous chart from the highs that we achieved just a few short weeks ago, February 19th. This is what it's looking like now. This is we have that huge gap still that, there was no chance of that getting filled today. I have some fib extension levels here. It's the best I have to go on. You can go back to yesteryear and see other areas of support, but I didn't do that. I'm just going to focus on these fib levels, and then we're going to get probably some more PAX numbers tomorrow. I'm looking forward to that. But in any event, this 61.8% extension at 54.30, and we tagged it almost perfectly today. I don't know why these fibs sometimes work the way they do, but it is certainly working right now. The bell rang, guys. We're closed. So overall, down 280 points. down 4.86%. The big loser, well, is the Russell 2000. Let's just go really quickly. Look at that NASDAQ really quick. Wow, I got to adjust my high to low. Down 16.38%, 61.8% extension not achieved yet, 18,547. And remember, a lot of times bad news comes in threes. So closing at the lows like this, I don't have a good feeling about tomorrow. We'll see if a non-farm payroll could change anything up. Russell, let's do the math here. It's down even more. Holy cats. 17.63%. Structurally, this thing looks exactly the same. I don't even have the extensions up here on this particular market, but it is looking bad on the Russell. Crude kind of bounced off of that, and kind of Tracy pointed this out. Every time we get to that 65 handle, crude kind of pops up a little bit, and it did. It did pop up a little bit, and we're tracking 66.74 right now. But again, a giant red candle on the day, down almost 5% on crude. We'll see if we have more continuation selling or not. But again, that 65 handle is kind of important in crude, I think. This is going to behave a little bit differently than stock index futures. Stock index futures are kind of designed to always go up, whereas crude is not always designed to go up. Gold, real quickly, we'll take a peek at gold here. So the encouraging news on gold is we have this big buyer's wick that kind of pushed us back up. It's not 50% of the size of the total body, but it's pretty close. So it kept us above that 8 EMA. And my ultimate extension target is 32.25. So we're kind of driving up there right now. We'll see though. Today was a big hit on the downside, like I said, but just looking at the candle, looking at the structure, probably some more buyers are going to come in. Silver, I know Shy and Anthony were talking about this today. Huge, this is just over 8% on this big candle. Pretty big move down. But again, there's high hopes. I have a kind of an area of support. I'm just looking at this target wick down here. 31.46 is a possible area of support. We're just south of every single moving average I could think of. So this is definitely took a big hit today, a surprisingly big hit today. We'll see what tomorrow brings for that. Last but not least, let's take a look at those notes again. The 10-year notes are just breaking out again. We got that gap up on the top side. We have this old area of resistance is now support. Forget about it. It's way in the rearview mirror. We're over a handle above it right now, which for the 10-year notes is a big deal. That's a big move for the 10-year notes. Over 1%, 1.12%. So we'll see if that continues or not. But this is telling me that we're going to be looking at possibly more aggressive rate cuts going forward. And I don't know, maybe a recession around the corner. I don't know. I said lastly already, but we're going to look at the Bitcoin again. The Bitcoin is literally it went with the stock index futures today, way out. We couldn't make it back into our trend channel. Moving averages are all starting to poke down. RSI is only 42.6 on a daily. So my guess here is there's some more downside right here. But we have some wicks down here last couple of days. 82,000 might be a number to think about as a kind of a pivot level for the Bitcoin. All right, having said all that, folks, appreciate everybody being here today. And tomorrow morning, 8 a.m., we're going to finish strong this week. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. Remember, non-farm payrolls right off the bat, and Chair Powell is going to be speaking. We have a lot of great guests tomorrow. So hopefully we will see you tomorrow. In the meantime, remember, most important message of the day, please be safe out there. Be good to each other. Thanks for coming.